Come on, stop taking me to outside dragging your feet. Come on, come on. Alright, so today we're gonna talk about TD Jakes. Now I'm just gonna start off and say some people is not gonna like what we wanna say. But we gotta keep it real. We gotta keep it real. Alright, so y'all probably like, well, what did he say? If you ain't see it now, then don't even worry about it.
You know, I ain't care. You can come at 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna Tyra, I need my hair done, I'm gonna do it. Right in there. No discipline of the hour of shut down, shut off, none of that. Just straight. So I came home, and this really was really bad for me. In the trash, I smelled the trash in the kitchen, piled up in the corner. He outside with his work clothes on. I only literally lived around the corner from the salon. So I came around and used the bathroom and did something or whatever. And he was outside with his homeboys in front of the house, chit-chatting and talking. I go to the door. I smell the trash hit me in my, just boom. So I'm like, I come outside knowing I'm just as off the bumpers as all outdoors. Why the trash still in the kitchen? Why you ain't take it out? And he looking at me like, I was going to do it. But the way I carried it, it was like no respect for him. No respect in front of his friends, you know, for him or whatever. And it was like, you can't take the trash out? Well, you need to be out if you can't take the trash out. But I shouldn't have said that. But I did. But because I felt like I'm making all the money, I'm bringing in the money, I'm running it like I want to run it, I can talk to you like I can talk to you. That's just how I felt. Like, your money is not as long as my money. So because your money is not that long, then guess what? I'm going to treat you like it ain't that long. And men have egos and they need to be respected no matter what. That's one of the number one things that they ask for is respect. So when I didn't have a man, when that man was gone, God allowed me to learn a lot of stuff. He taught me a lot of things, and he shut me down to where my mouth, I couldn't say a lot. I still don't say a lot. I ain't arguing with a lot of people. I used to argue all the time, like stayed into like, look, this is real for me, and I will take you to a whole nother level, leave me alone type of stuff. But when that stuff had happened and I didn't have one, I had to walk by myself. I had to walk without the covering of a man. And I learned that you need that man to cover you, especially if he's a praying man. So when you sitting back and he used to be like, that girl ain't for you, you know, she got issues or whatever. And I'd be like, boy, please, go ahead somewhere. Tell that boy over there that don't got no job and ain't got this or ain't got that, but he keep coming around the way looking for you to hook up with you. Wait till Friday to get here. I bet you your best friend Friday. Why? Because guess what? He wants you to pay his way at old hours. He wants you to buy him some clothes to go to the Genesis party. That's what I used to be like. But he couldn't tell me nothing. Absolutely nothing, because I ain't listen to him. Why? Because I had the money. I was the bag. That's what it was. I was the bag. But when I didn't have any money, woo, Lord. And he had to sit me down and show me, oh, this is what, you know, how you talk to him. This is what you shouldn't have did. This is how you should have carried it. And I had to learn that. I had to really like sit back. I read every kind of male book that you could ever read about respect, about how you handle a man. I had to learn his love language. It's a book, it's called that. I had to deal with all of that because I really wanted, and still, if I ever get another husband, I want to be able to treat him accordingly and love him how he wants to be loved. Not to sit back and because I have the money, talk to him or belittle him. And not because if he has the money to talk to me and belittle me. It's all into the person. That's what I learned. It's all into the person. It's not what you have of how you treat people. It's who you are. It's how you treat people. And if you are the spouse that's making the most money, then it's not that your spouse is not property, or she or he is a person with feelings that just want to be loved. And if you know how to manage the money, then manage the money. If you know how to be better at cooking, then cook. It don't make a difference. It's about the family. It's about keeping your family together. It's the key thing. The key thing is to keep your family together. So if you are upset about what TD Jake said, don't be. Don't be. Because if it don't apply to you, don't be. But if it applies to you, I hope it convict you until you get it right. That's just how I feel and what I learned. You can be a Proverb 31 woman, but you can also be a Proverb 31 woman with a lot of love for your family, your church, and most definitely your man. Okay? Get it together.
Amen, amen, amen. So this is partial of what he said, but please don't take that one snippet and just run away with it. Listen to the whole sermon, because it's easy for somebody to cut just that one part or that one part and just run away with it instead of listening to the whole sermon. And also, don't let your flesh be watching it. Let your spirit be watching it. Alright, so it says we are raising our women to be men. Stop bragging about how much you don't need a man and wonder why I shy away. Alright, and I know some people were saying that that's something that Kevin Samuel said, but not easily broken was out 2009. So that was way before him. So yeah.
Yeah, he was a little. And I guess some men are getting frustrated. And that's like, I look at Kevin Samuel, I listen to a piece of his stuff. And I guess he's frustrated. He was frustrated with some women and hurt by a woman, because I heard a lot of pain inside.
Yeah, because it takes a long time for a man to...
Once you break them,
woo,
they are broke forever.
Especially when you break their ego. Woo.
So I'm gonna let you know this.
But don't be using it as an excuse.
Don't, whatever you do, if you're not ready to respect that man and love that man, leave that man alone. Because I'm telling you, if you break him, he's broken. They're not us. They just don't bounce back. Yeah, we take years and all of this and all of that. But when you mess with over them, that's when they come and mess over top of more women. And then you making a generational thing of hateful men and hateful women, and this is what you get. I gotta get what I want when I can get it, and as long as it's good. And oh man, that ain't the way to be.
We got to get it together. And even in the church, we got to get it together. Because it's men, women, preachers, ministers, deacons messing over women.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
And the women messing over men.
Yeah.
It's time to get together, y'all. Get it together.
Yep. Got to. If you're not ready, you just got out of one relationship. I'm going to say that for another time, but I'm going to just give you a snippet of it. When you overlapping men and women, meaning you were Johnny, and then you over here, and you got Tom, and then you got Bob, and then you wondering why, Kevin ain't acting right. You didn't overlap a couple of times over in your life. Yes, when you're overlapping men and women, you're not giving yourself time to heal properly. And if you're not healed properly, and you still walking around with Johnny and Tom and Kevin, and then you add on Steve and somebody else into the equation, guess what? You got all them spirits inside of you. Oh yeah, that's won't need to buy them no more sheets.
And I just be walking around the sheets.
That's another one of y'all problems too. Got too many spirits up in you.
Yes.
Got too many spirits.
And they all up in you and they jumping
around. You don't know why you acting the way you acting.
And delivered.
Some of it is because of that too. Yeah.
Sexual transmitted demons.
You gotta know that. Believe that.
It's no joke. And a lot of people are afraid of the spirit world. Just think if you had that gift, I'd probably be scared as I don't know what. But God does let me see some things, and some things I don't want to see. And but I mean, it is. I'd rather be with God and doing things His way and living up to how He want me to be, but then be out there just doing stuff in the world, making everything worse than what it is, because that's all it do. That's all it do, make things worse.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so we just wanted to touch base on that.
Yeah.
I think that was a conversation that needs to have happened, because I have listened to a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and across the social media lines, and saying, oh, he trying to put the woman back and just being pregnant and barefoot and pregnant and all that. Nah. Get out your flesh. You just trying to find something wrong because he's a Christian. Because that's what they be doing. Like,
yeah. So when she sent me the link and everything, and I just was like, I laughed. I chuckled because I knew.
All right, y'all know how that thing be cutting off at a certain time. But I think this was a great conversation. I wish the third person, which was a male, would have been here, but it's all good. But as always, thank you for tuning in to come. Oh, what you were saying? You was the dude. We're gonna back up before I sign out.
Before she sign out, let me tell you, I have a sister, and they call her Princess. And guess what they call me? The dude. I'm still edgy on on a lot of stuff about things. I had to learn, but I know how far to go. I just had to learn how to do a lot of stuff by myself at an early age. But I also know how to let you be that person who won't do it too.
Right.
That's one of the things. So yeah. It's all good.
Yeah, because sometimes, a lot of us just used to our grandmothers being the stronger and stuff.
Yeah.
Things, and so, because
Because I ain't had my dad. I ain't get him until I was 30. And I was raised with 4 women. That's it.
And then a lot of time when they come in your life, then you be like, man, you trying to come in now? Like, where you been all those years?
That's a whole nother conversation about that one.
But I just want to say this though. Sometimes don't be upset. That was God's way of saving you from something.
Yep. And that's what I learned about that situation as well.
And that's what I did too about the situation with my grandfather. So
you just being silly. Just because he's not in your life doesn't mean that you're not being loved. You want that love from that absent parent. And that was one of the reasons, another reason why me making money, it fed that part of me as well. So I took a lot of that anger of me not having a father. I loved him, but then I didn't like the fact that I didn't have him, so I took it out on the dude girl. So I was the dude and didn't care. But it's okay.
But it's just that you have to do what you have to do because you know no one else is gonna do it.
Yeah.
Especially when you was just left to just you.
Yeah.
And at that time you had 2 sons.
Yep.
So you have to do.
Actually 3 because my stepson was with me as well. So you had to, you had to learn how to do things and teach them and show them stuff and everything. And the father not there. It was a lot. I didn't want to scold them and talk to them any kind of way because how I used to treat their dad. So I didn't do that with them. I loved them a whole lot, maybe a little too much sometimes. But I let them know where I was coming from. I gave them the rawest deal of how you could give it as a mother to them as boys because I wanted them to know that, look, it's some female out here that will whip your tail.
Yeah, they will.
Or they will, try to carry you or whatever the case may be. And then there's some females out here that you have to be able to take care of them. And know that they are God's gems. So don't be out here messing over top of all these women.
Yes, please.
Because that's not how it's supposed to be. That right there, no, it's not good. The notch on your belt it just don't get no bigger. It just make it sick to the stomach to know that you don't have a heart enough to know that you're messing over top of one of God's gems. That's what we are, a gem. When he give you, he said, a man that finds himself a wife finds himself a good thing and favor with the Lord. So when you got a woman in your life, when you got that wife in your life and you wonder why you done hooked up and everything going right, because you done hooked up with that favor. And the favor, yeah, is how you treat me. So, yeah. But,
yeah,
I can go on and on.